What's going on, folks? So today I'm going to be checking out a band called Satra, and the name of this song is Into the Ravenous Sea. They have a new album coming out November 21st. So, yeah, not too long of a wait there for that, but until then, we got this new single from said upcoming album, and without further ado, let's see what we got, shall we? Rangers, go. Oh man, now that is how you do symphonic metal right there. Holy cow, that song was awesome. Like, I just wanted to start it over. Like, in the back of my mind, I was like, maybe I'll just scratch this reaction so I could just press play again and just listen to it again, and or just play it again and make everyone else listen to it again too. But man, wow, just epic. It's so epic. Just the soundscape is just incredible, and the way the strings, glorious. Like the arrangements of the strings, the way that they were. Oh man, it's just awesome. And then everything else just really emphasized this mood, this kind of like oppressive sort of mood. And even though the chorus kind of it definitely soars, and there's maybe like a glimmer of hope there, but like it's still like you can't shake this dark presence within the song and then the mood. And it's just so cool, so cool. When the song started out with the strings and it just sounded so sick, I was like, yo, this is tight. This is tight. And then the guitar comes in with like the heavy riffs, and I was like, dude, this is sick. This is so sick. I mean, just the feeling and the power behind the music. It just sounded so epic. Man, yeah. So I was like, this is just so sick. This is just awesome. And I mean, again, with the orchestrals, like the strings are like really in the forefront, but there's some other stuff kind of happening in the background that really kind of push the sound even, high, even bigger, and like I said, the guitar riffs, like, man, so you have like the strings and the guitar riffs come in, and it's like this dark, it's heavy, it's kind of headbanging, and you have the orchestral swirling around, so powerful, but you're like headbanging to the riff. It's just awesome. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just awesome. And then so in my mind, I was like, I mean, where's this going to go from here? Because this is just so sick. Is the rest of the song going to follow through with what was set up in the beginning as far as like how awesome it is? And part of me thought, a lot of times, like with songs like this, sometimes you have that big grand kind of epic, heavy, even like symphonic beginning and all that, and then it drifts away, and then the song kind of begins, and you don't really get that again until maybe like the outro. And so I was slightly worried about it. I was like, man, this is so cool. What if it just kind of drifts into something else and whatever? But it didn't. Like the whole song like retained that feel, and that whole like intro and the riffs and then the strings and everything, the melody of like the music and stuff, that was retained all the way throughout the song. So you never lose that. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. So then you get the verses, and you still have like the symphonics in the background and stuff, and the vocal melody. I thought it was a really great choice because it sounded like the vocal melody's kind of following the strings in a sense. Like the vocal melody was following some of like the orchestral melody there, and you have like the guitar going and stuff, but instead of it like kind of taking away like the symphonic elements and whatnot and having like a new vocal melody in there, or I thought it was a great choice to kind of keep in line with that musical melody with the vocals in the verses, and it just worked wonderfully. I really like her voice too. She's got a very like pure kind of voice, and there's like strength in her voice, but not like how you would think. Because this song, like I said, it's just bombastic, it's grand, it's epic, the scale is insane. And her voice isn't necessarily the kind of voice that you would expect to be able to handle like that kind of a scope. Like her voice would get a little bit lost in the shuffle, or would just be a little bit too light in the midst of the rest of what's happening. But it's a very interesting blend of her voice is light and kind of pure, but she also does have like the strength, like the and the quality of her voice, to where it doesn't sound like, oh, it's too light for the music or anything. Like, she's definitely there, like in the forefront, like with all this music happening, but with that lighter kind of pure quality of voice. And I thought that was really, really neat, and it brought a really cool dynamic to the song. So yeah, I just really, really liked her voice, and again, just how it sounded and the backdrop of the rest of all of this. And then case in point, like, I mean, first, like in the verses, it's like I said, it's kind of going with the arrangements of the music a bit, and it's a bit lighter. But then you get the chorus, and then, it's like her voice like rises even higher, and that's where I say, in the chorus, you kind of get like that glimmer of hope almost amidst this very oppressive sort of atmosphere. And it just works super well because, again, it never feels like the vocal melodies or the song itself forsakes the overall feel, And so when I was really digging the verses, I was like, okay, is this chorus going to be something? Which, again, I find somewhat common in like a symphonic metal song or whatnot, where the chorus then kind of becomes its own thing and maybe rises up or whatever, or gets, a little bit more melodic with the vocal melody or whatnot. And it feels like a shift, and then it shifts back to like what it was before. But here, everything just seamlessly flowed to me. And even in the chorus, even though you get that bit more like kind of melodic, sort of more like slightly kind of uplifting kind of vibe, the rest isn't lost. Like, it still feels very much part of everything. And I just thought that was wonderful, because you get both, and it just still, the atmosphere just still sounds so cool, the music and everything. But then the melody is also really nice, and her voice, again, it just really kind of soars even more. And it was just awesome. I mean, it was just awesome, and then you get back into the verses and the chorus again. And then you get like the bridge, which was really cool because very kind of like deliberate riffs. The pace, the pace of this song is never like just super fast or anything. It has a very kind of heavy, sort of deliberate kind of pacing. And then the bridge kind of, it keeps that intact, if almost sounding maybe a little bit slower, but I think that's because a lot of the backing sound, it just, it dials back a little bit, and then so you have like that kind of riff that and it's just kind of keeping that pacing, and then in between that you're getting like guitar solo and stuff, and you're getting something I couldn't quite tell what it was. At first I thought it was the bass, but now I'm not sure if it's like a keyboard or something, but it's kind of going like like in the background, during like the bridge. It might be the bass, but regardless, it sounded tight. And then the guitar solo going amidst like this, this headbanging, and it's just really, really neat, really, really neat. And then it kind of builds back into the like the final chorus and whatnot, and you get a nice little kind of heavy outro, which that could have kept going a little bit longer as far as I'm concerned, but like. The song's got to end eventually, I guess, and then we can just replay it. But so yeah, man, just what an awesome song! What an awesome song! And that's why I said at the beginning, like this is some top-notch symphonic metal here, folks. Like this song is just awesome. It's epic. It's awesome. I loved it. So I'm gonna give it the Fantastique. I'm giving it the Fantastique. I mean, I just enjoyed this song so much. The production was just so awesome. Just everything about it. It was just so tight. So for all of you who don't know, on this channel, the highest praise we give a song is the Fantastique. If a song just kind of like really blows me away or whatever, I give it the Fantastique. That's the highest praise that we give on this channel, and to me this song is very much deserving of a Fantastique. This is symphonic metal at its finest. I loved it. So you better believe I am insanely excited for this new album, November 21st, I think I said. So, but until then, I get to listen to this song on repeat for a while. So, anywho, let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this bad boy? Oh, epic song. What do you think of this bad boy? You looking forward to the new album? Let me know in the comments. I'll catch you next time. Ranger, out.